What's happening with the price of Bitcoin right now? It seems like we're seeing a correction from the high in December, but the question is, how low is the price going to go? Well, to try and answer that, I've been looking at the historical data for Bitcoin, looking at the previous cycles. And there's a pattern that emerges in January of the post-halving year in each of the prior two cycles. So if we look at 2017 as an example, January 2017, there was a 33% correction to the price. The same thing in January 2021, there was a 30% correction to the price. So it seems like a repeating pattern. Why might that be? Well, after a parabolic rise within the halving year, it's completely typical to see a correction to the price as people begin taking profits and the number of buyers in the market begins diminishing. However, as the price then lowers, that can create an opportunity to pick up Bitcoin at a lower price, as many other investors and traders will do, which will then push up the next leg of the price going forward. So how much do we expect the price to go down in this cycle? Well, what we've seen each cycle, for example, going from 33% down to 30%, is that there are diminishing returns, but there's also less volatility, which means the price decreases in Bitcoin are generally less every single cycle. So I expect that to continue within this cycle, where the price decrease will be in the area of around 27%. Now, of course, it could be a bit lower than that. It could be higher. It could be significantly lower. But as a trader and as an investor, I like to have a base case to work with as an assumption and trade based on that assumption, but of course leave a backup plan in case the price does continue lower. However, I do believe that the potential decrease that we might see allows for another 17% decrease. It could be lower. It could be 30%. Those to me are fantastic buying opportunities. For me personally, of course, it's not investment advice, both for Bitcoin, but also very importantly for Bitcoin proxies. What do I mean by Bitcoin proxies? For assets such as MicroStrategy or Bitcoin mining companies or altcoins, whatever my favorite altcoins are to invest in, these can be good buying opportunities because typically as the Bitcoin price corrects, the price of other assets which are related to Bitcoin will correct even further, creating an even better buying opportunity potentially in those assets. So as far as the price of Bitcoin, once it corrects, the next question is, where does it go from there? Because I'm not as concerned about how low Bitcoin is going to go within the next few months. I'm more interested in where the price is going to be after that. That's what I'm looking for. So if we look at the previous cycles, we can see that from the lows always preceded a huge parabolic increase to the price. So if we look previously in Jan 2017, just roughly we can see that there was a 10x to the price. So we saw almost a 900% increase. If we look at the previous cycle, we can see that after that correction, there was a 123% increase to the price. So I do believe that after this correction, however low it might go, and it might just go up from here, of course, we will see a parabolic rise going forward into the fourth quarter of this year, 2025. That's my base case, so I'm investing based on that. Of course, the price may go in a different direction, but obviously if that's factored into my plan, then I'm completely expecting that that's a possibility. So that's how I'm treating this situation right now. I'm treating it as a fantastic opportunity. But again, that's not investment advice. Any decisions that anybody makes has to be based on their own research, their own analysis, and ultimately their own decision making. But I hope that historical analysis was in some way useful for you. Thanks for watching.